Good evening, everyone, and welcome into round 16 of the 2016 MotoOption Supercross Series presented by Race Tech Suspension live here on Stereo Systems TV, and I am rushing as can be. We are in East Rutherford. Byron Downen joining me in chat tonight, but we're about to kick off 450 Heat 1 as none other than Peter Like decided that sending me his bike at the last possible second was going to be a good idea. So I had to wait for that to finish, and then here we are, last minute. Alright, let's go racing, Byron. What do you say?
I'm down to go racing.
Oh my gosh, is that Peter on the right side of the screen in the train? Oh my gosh, that's Peter with the train going into turn 1. Look at the train. Are you serious, Peter? Are you serious with the train?
Hey there, guy in the locomotive.
Is he on a two-stroke?
His namesake machine.
So Peter the locomotive on the with the train. Does he see that, or is he seeing something different?
I don't know.
Because he's doing a pretty good job of riding if that's what he's seeing.
Yeah. More importantly, up front, the number 8, Matt Birkin. Should probably do a front flip right here, but he doesn't.
Hey, yeah. We may have missed it. Well, we haven't hit the triple yet. Let's see. Supercross triple. I always miss Burkeen's fronties. Nope. Finally, I have him on the screen. Doesn't do the fronties. Come on, Burkeen. So we got a lot to talk about tonight, Byron. There's some championships on the line. Burkeen's leading. He's trying to stay in this title fight, but it's pretty much over for him at this point.
Yeah.
And Peter's in the last transfer spot with the train and everything.
He is in a straight transfer spot on the train.
Dude, he's killing it right now.
If he makes the main right now out of the heat race on the train, this will probably be the greatest thing ever.
This is unbelievable.
Well, behind him he has the general, Race Carlin.
Yeah, and Carlin's on a two-stroke as well. It's a two-stroke kind of week. Meanwhile, Tyson Fresquez, I just saw scroll across the top of my screen, your points leader is not in a transfer spot, so he's got to try to get up to Peter.
And I just sneezed very hard.
Dude, the train. I just see it out of the corner of my eye, this train is going down the train. Are you kidding me? Dude, oh, I'm dying right now. Oh, that's too good. So we throw Peter under the bus at the beginning, but at least we're getting some laughs out of it now.
Oh, Matt Birkin is on the ground in 4th. He was trying to pass Peter, but the train was too much.
Oh, God. Just a quick check in chat, by the way, since Byron was just talking right there, that we can hear and see him all good, and, well, we'll not see him, but see the screen all good, and hear me all good, and hear Byron all good.
Oh! Watching this battle for the transfer spot, Matt Birkin just picked it back up from Race Carlin. And Race Carlin went to triple into the corner as Birkin's single cutting over and almost murdered him.
So right now it's Burkeen, Like, Leak, and Haley in the transfer spots. And Haley and Leak are gone right now. They are way out ahead of Like here on the train. I don't know what you call it. What's a common train company? I don't even know.
I don't know. Nippon something or other? I don't know. All I know is there's a Japanese train maker that has a factory by my house.
This is killing me right now. Well, someone says in chat that he's looking at a 250 YZ250 skin, but we see the train, so...
Alright. Either way, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
There's a lapper about to get a train run on him, if you know what I mean.
The 731, I think is that Swenson maybe?
Yep.
I don't know, he's getting ran over by the train right now.
Oh! Matt Birkin gets almost taken off the track by Drew Swenson as a lapper.
So we got 2 laps to go here for 450 Heat 1.
I smell marijuana back here somewhere, and it's well warranted. The number 21 Tyson Fresquez hanging around in 5th.
Yeah, he's trying to run down Burkeen, the other title contender in this. Only 3 left alive in this championship hunt. Fresquez, Burkeen, and Root. Championship could be on the line tonight. It's a long shot, but if Fresquez scores 20 or more points than his teammate Hunter Root, he walks away as the only 3-time Supercross champion ever from this evening. So it could happen tonight, but it's likely to go to Vegas next week. But we'll have to see.
Yep.
Meanwhile,
God, this is so funny to watch.
Peter just got passed by Burkeen, and I have a feeling Fresquez might just do the same here as he's getting the quad into the corner, and Peter has got to watch out. Fresquez running up to this train here. Fresquez doesn't have the skin, obviously, so he probably just sees a 252 stroke. As Craig Leak has just won this heat race, so well done, Craig Leak.
Wow.
Haley's going to settle for second. Oh, Peter come up short. Fresquez triple into the outside. This is hard to watch.
Kyle Robb, a.k.a. Ryder, a.k.a. Newt, finishing in the 12th position.
Fresquez to the inside, and he gets the spot. Fresquez to the main. Peter with his train.
Over the bales.
The train headed back to the semi right now. I just realized that those things on the side of the train are his number 49, so that means that he's actually running the correct number on his skin. Wow. All right, so it was Fresquez, Carlin, Crane, and then Like who came across in 7th. There's Pappy across in 8th. LaRoche down here in 9th. Somehow Travis Hoffman's going to get a top 10 in a heat. And LaRoche will settle for 11th as Young came across ahead of him. Rob, Santos, Mullins, Lewis, Tibber Nipples, Ryan, Swenson, and myself on the line in warm-up mode. That's 450 Heat 1 in the books. Oh, man. Good stuff. While we're on topic of me already throwing people under the bus, I might say, I've had 2 drinks, working on my 3rd tonight. I'm celebrating tonight. I don't care what anybody says. I'll throw people under the bus if I want. We reached 10,000 subscribers yesterday on Start Your Systems, and I am stoked. So I don't really care at this point where we're going.
Stop Your Systems is at like 300,000.
So thank you, every single one of you subscribers on YouTube that have subscribed to our channel for 10,000. So let's go 450 heat racing in 450 heat 2 as we're underway, and it's a drag race at turn 1, but looks like the 10. That's Seabolt on a 2-stroke as well. It is the week of the 2-stroke. That's some pretty terrible numbers on that 2-stroke. They don't really fit.
Sweet stickers he's got.
Yeah. Numbers do not fit on the rear plate, and he has a stock Yamaha skin. I'm not sure if he's still on that ART Reflex Designs team that he had just joined.
There's Hunter Root in 15th, I'm sorry.
Oof, not good for Root, but there's 1,000 people down in the sweeper up here, so he may get a couple more spots. There he is right there. So Root only 6 points down in this championship. We'll take a look at the standings after these heat races are done. Fresquez already made it to the main, the points leader. Root, his teammate, in 2nd, defending Supercross champion. Only 6 points back.
Do the Team Volcom riders just not like to get good starts or something?
I don't know. They got bad starts last week in the main and just marched to the front. Clearly, they're the 2 guys to beat in this series right now. And we'll have to see if they carry that to outdoors, too. I'm very curious to see what things happen outdoors. Defending outdoor champion Jesse Mullins should be making a full comeback after missing much of Supercross. So we'll have to see how he does. But Root will definitely be in the mix. Fresquez, former national champion in his own right. You know, Byron, we have never had a repeat outdoor national champion ever in Sim. You know that?
Even 250s.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's pretty crazy. That's
yeah.
It's interesting. You know, I don't even know. I don't think. Okay, so did Root win? Okay, I'm losing my mind for a second here, but I think we've never had a winner of the 250 national championship win the 450 title either, which is unique.
Yeah, only 450 champs are Fresquez.
Well, going back, we have Jones.
Oh yeah, Jones.
And then we're talking about outdoors though. We have Jones, and then Fresquez won in 13 or in 12. Dupuis in 13.
Well, it was still 250s in 2011.
Right, but I mean it still counts as the premier racing division.
Class. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still.
So it was Jones, then Fresquez, then Dupuis, and then Leclerc. And then last year was Mullins. And then the 250 class, which didn't start until 2012, like we mentioned, it went Owen and then Fjellberg, right? Was Fjellberg 13?
No, 13 was Smith, and then...
Oh, 13 was Smith, yeah. And then Fjellberg was 14.
And then Birkin.
And then last year was, yeah, Matt Burkeen. So we've never, ever had a repeat winner in either class. That's really interesting. So we'll have to see if that changes this year. Particularly in that 450 class, Matt Burkeen has now moved up. Fresquez in the mix, Mullins coming back, although Root could win his first outdoor championship this year and just keep that streak going.
I think more than anything now, I mean, obviously Hunter's a great player, but at the same time, I think Hunter is one of the people who has the time and is willing to put the time in to go to that next level.
That's very true, but you know, you could say that about this Supercross season, and Fresquez is really...
Oh yeah, Fresquez has put in the time this Supercross series.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that have. But it seems that, I would say, and correct me if you think I'm wrong, but over probably the past year and a half to 2 years, Root has probably consistently been the person putting in the most time.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely fair to say. He got fast out of nowhere, and he is not happy with Jack Roberts for some reason, as he just took both of them down. That allowed Downen through and St. Laurent, so now those guys are going to go at it for the final transfer spot. I have no idea what Root thought he was doing there, and Roberts is going to make a point to make sure that he gets up first there. As more riders are coming through now, and that would be Jeremy Smith, who's going to get by both of them. So neither of those guys are headed to the main at this point. That was a very dumb move by Hunter Root. I'm not sure what he was doing. Meanwhile, on the two-smoke, Jeremy Siebold's going to win the second heat race. So making those two strokes look nice and saucy tonight. Downen, I think this is the first time he's ever made it out of the heat race, so well done for the 51 Moto Chase and Ride. St. Laurent straight to the main. I think he's fresh off of suspension. And Jeremy Smith looks to be going to the main. So Root going to the semi for making really what was a pretty dumb move. He's going to go back to 7th. Not sure why he was so upset with Jack Roberts there, but he made a very, very aggressive attempt at a pass that put them both on the ground. So I don't
Patience
know.
was not a virtue there.
Oh, and Turley gets into it with Honeywell in the last corner. That was Honeywell trying to make a desperation last corner pass, it looks like, and it did not work in his favor as he went down. Turley gets up and crosses the line in 9th. We'll take a look at the 450 standings now on your screen here with 2 rounds to go, including this evening. Tyson Fresquez on 286, Hunter Root on 280, and then the only man left alive in this championship at this point is Matt Burkeen on 253. However, Burkeen needs to get the gap down between himself and Fresquez to under 25 points tonight to stay alive for the title going to Las Vegas. And that seems like a pretty tall order to do, but he can get it done, and we'll have to see how that goes.
That order seems to be a little bit taller than the whoops Birkin crashed in.
Oh, poor Burkeen. No good in the hoops.
No good at whoops sections.
So again, thank you every one of you that subscribe to our channel. I'm going to reiterate that 1,000 times tonight, but so pumped to make it to 10,000. That's really awesome. And we are going to bring you guys the best possible live stream we can tonight. And we're going to continue on right now with 250 Heat 1 here at East Rutherford. This is the 250 East class, and they are off and racing. And we got a couple big names in the mix here. First of all, your points leader, Tyler Schmidt, did not get the whole shot, which is rare. It's Brian Berg comes out with the lead. Berg ahead of Jackson, and Josh Reed is, looks like that was your points leader, Tyler Schmidt, on the ground in the background, but he should have gotten up just... Oh, now he's down on the wall. Points leader on the wall is down.
James Schuler, it looked like, just kind of bulldozed through Schmidt with that internet.
So Schmidt entered...
Ping check on Schuler right now.
Schmidt entered the night 8 points up in the championship. I apologize. Brain fart. But if he is able to leave the night with 26 or more point lead, he will be your champion. However, if he goes with 25 or more, he won't be the champion because he needs the win column to help him out. And although if he does win tonight, he will be tied for the most wins in the series, it will go to Vegas still regardless. So top 9 transfer out of this one. He should be good to go, but right now it's 84 of Ivan Medina leading the way.
A quick ping check shows the number 523 James Schuler jumping between about 250 to 350 ping.
Ooh, that's not good.
There are some... Is he American also?
I think so.
Yeah, that sort of ping out of an American isn't a very good thing.
Well, Schuler right now looks to be... He's down in the 13th spot. Team Volcom ride. I think that whole Team Volcom team is American. Although, no, I'm sorry. Phil Bowl is on that team. He's Australian.
228 number Phil.
228 number Phil. Number 87 this year, though. And number 1 in your heart.
Number 11 on the track as well.
Oh, we got a slide out in second. I just saw Carlo dump the moto chasing Honda. He's going back to third behind Troy Jackson. Connor Peavy working his way forward. Chase DeSalle up here, side of the top 5. Then Josh Reed, Jason Soul, and Schmidt. He's got himself into a transfer spot. He's got Kevin from Zaka right behind him.
Straight out of Zaka.
Straight out of Zaka.
Straight through the inside bales.
And there is 228 number Phil looking to the inside. Oh, and from
Kevin
Zaka.
From Zaka going Kevin from hay bales. Straight into those things, and he is finding his face into some New Jersey soil.
So that allows 228 number Phil to get through. He's up into that final transfer spot now, chasing your points leader, the number 94 TBR rider of Tyler Schmidt.
I'm disappointed that I'm not seeing any of the big lines tonight.
Yeah, well, we saw in the heat race, at least, Tyson busted out the quad in the first rhythm. I'm not seeing these guys, for the most part, triple the Dragon's back and then quad single, which I thought would have been the line. They're actually... They're going.
You can do more than that. It's actually relatively simple to 5 out.
Yeah, well, I know that, but I've seen them going triple off the Dragons and then 3-2 instead of 4-1, which I thought would have been the line.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. We'll have to see how the night progresses with those lines. Ivan Medina, though, running away with this one. By the way, Ivan Medina, despite not racing the Open class in the Amateur Series the last 3 or 4 weeks, I think, is still going to be the Open class champion because he had such a substantial points lead. So that's interesting. That series, the Race Factory Gaming Amateur Supercross Series, you can see on Sunday evenings. That is live streamed by none other than MotoGogo. That's twitch.tv/MotoGogo. Our good friend and buddy there. Always cool to check out his stuff, and he streams these amateur races that these guys do on Sunday nights. It's always a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like things are
Dana's
pretty
gear
well
setup
settled.
to me looks a little weird with the all-white jersey with the black and blue pants.
Yeah. Yeah, all white jersey with black lettering, and then, yeah, black pants with the blue lettering, but I don't know. I guess that's what TM Factor Racing wanted it is. Ivan Medina takes the win here in 250 Heat 1. Should be Carlo that hangs on for second, so a good ride for him. Then PV sits third. He's going to get that spot. DeSalle down after the whoops. Gets blocked past by no, it's Josh Reed. And Schmidt comes across in sixth, so he'll have at best 12th gate pick tonight. Jason Soul, Troy Jackson, and Phil Bowl to the main out of this 250 class. Heat number 1. All right, so while we wait for cuts, go ahead and pull up the 250 standings right there on your screen. That was a red screen, and my apologies. Tyler Schmidt, as we've already mentioned, your points leader, 123 points. He has got an 8-point lead on Connor Linz, who sits on 115 after winning the last 3 rounds. So Linz on a streak right now. As I mentioned, if Schmidt can win tonight, he ties Linz for the most wins on the season. but that does not clinch him the title, as Linz could win next week. Even if Schmidt has a 25-point gap, Linz could still win the championship.
Next week, are we doing shootout for points or mains for points?
I believe it's shootout for points. I'd have to confirm with Michael Wheeler, but I believe the versus-pc.com East-West shootout will be for points for both classes. And yeah,
cool.
That race sponsored by versus-pc.com. You guys can check them out. They're also sponsoring the Triple Crown this year, which goes down to Vegas next week. You guys are looking at black screen. I'm just loading into the game right now. There we go. Let's find someone in the middle of the screen. We are off and racing in 250 Heat 2. Tanner Rogers, I got a good pick as he nearly gets the whole shot, but he goes down as Daniel Mills takes the whole shot. I have a feeling that's not Daniel Mills' team name, so he's going to get either a warning, although I think he might already have one, so he may just get booted here if he doesn't change his team name, which is unfortunate. We don't like to kick for team names, but you have to run your actual team name. Daniel Mills is on the Double Aaron Motorsports team. He's got his buddy Dylan Copeland on the Tiger Designs team running in second, then Carson Tickle in third, Walter Gebhardt, which is interesting because I'm pretty sure it's with a G, but he has it with a J right now. Will Whiteley, Fred Heather, Tanner
Rogers. I think his last name might be making fun of us.
Oh, is it Gebhardt?
I think it might be.
Okay.
Damn you, Walter.
Taking a look back. All right, there's Connor Linz. I was just about to say I didn't see him.
Yeah, Connor Linz snuck a front wheel up the inside in the first corner, but then somebody cut over on him and basically ran over his front wheel. He did a front flip and crash.
Ooh. So Linz has been on a roll lately. If Tyler Schmidt can finish second in the next two races, though, including this one in Vegas, he wraps up the title no matter what Linz does.
Quentin Deese just busted out the quad single.
That's right. There's his teammate Deese. Oh, and they're in a pile of lappers. They're both down, and Linz is still on the ground, and Deese. And here comes Splitfire rider. That's Colton Mitchell.
Oh, the complete lack of dualies with Corbin Lenaway right now. That just depressed me.
Not a whole lot of dualies to be thrown around for some reason. Oh, Lenaway is down, and he just barely missed Colton Mitchell. I thought he was going with him. VPC teammates Linz and Deese duking it out. Again, somebody's chatting me in TeamSpeak. I don't know why they think that's a good idea.
Deese just sending it off the wall.
Oh, and he's down.
Crashing out of that rhythm.
So right now, Linz runs in the 12 ride. In front of him is McDonald and then Mora, but he's got to get to Cohenauer here if he wants to make it right out of this heat race to the main event. Cohenauer is actually going to work on their teammate on that versus PC team, Tanner Rogers, who is in 8th. Cohenauer might just get the spot. Nope, almost jumps off the track. Charlie way up in the mix, and then rider that just went down. That's Fred Heather. He's off the track, and he's out of the last transfer spot now. There's Linz to the inside, but it's actually Mora who gets the last transfer. So Linz just needs to get Mora, and he's in.
Yeah, we still have about a lap and a half to go. Well, almost 2 laps for Linz and the riders in the last transfer spots.
Yeah.
I think Linz is in a pretty good place right now. That freight train in front of him, I'm just waiting for somebody to crash.
Yeah, but he's really pushing the envelope here with Mora. And he's going to try to get to the inside. Oh, and it's
clean
somehow
racing between those two.
Yeah, just barely worked. But this is for the last transfer spot, and he should get it. Mora had an opportunity to go to the inside, but he just decided not to. So Lynn's now in the final transfer spot as we're on the white flag lap here. Has to keep it on 2 wheels though. One crash could ruin it all. He's got a couple other riders right behind him.
Wow. Whiteley and Rogers just got so close going up to that Supercross triple. I thought Rogers was going to drift out and take them both to the ground.
Oh, you're right. And he almost got into Carson Tickle, and then it looks like Whiteley and Tickle are standing each other up, and then there's Charlie Way with Cohenauer, and now Lynn's onto the back of Cohenauer, and there's more action going on up here. Let's see if Lynn's is trying anything. Back up front, it is D-Mills with the win. Gebhardt, sorry. Copeland, Rogers, Whiteley, Tickle, Way, Cohenauer. Oh, Lynn's gets to the inside of Cohenauer and stands him up. Oh, and then JT George shuts the door. Or that's Charlie Way. See, 280. Or I thought it was 284.
That was
264.
264. Charlie Way shutting the door on Lynn's right there.
Cohenauer, Mitchell out looking in. He's going to LCQ again. Mora not going. McDonald, Heather, Saulnier, Lenaway, Deese also not going to the main event. JT George, Thomas Sillick, Jacob Hunger, and Tyler Nutter. So at best, Lynn's will get a pretty outside gate pick, a 16th at best gate pick.
With 8th, it'll actually be either 15th or 16th.
Oh, you're right. Good call. Yep. Good math.
Yeah.
Always can rely on accounting majors to give us good math.
Yeah. I'm surprised I did math and I didn't use Excel. Oh, Nelly.
So we got 450 semi number 1 coming up next.
Wow, in warm-up, I just got the quad 5 in the first rhythm. So clean to the corner. Glad we have the realistic lines this week.
Yeah, the lines are a little crazy this week, I'd say.
Just a little.
Trying to pull up the standings real quick just to make sure I've got everything covered. 450 semi 1 on the gate though.
I hear something that sounds a little bit like a freight train idling on the starting line.
Someone wanted me to go on board with Peter Like, and I'll try to show you. This is what it looks like from his perspective. It's just inside of the train, so it's kind of useless. You can see him there on the right side of the screen. Here we go, 450 semi number 1. We are underway here in East Rutherford. Good jump for Santos, but it's going to be Turley on the 60 who gets the whole shot. Santos fighting back around the outside. He's got Honeywell right behind him, and then there's Chapman on the 73 looking up the inside. Oh, Turley almost over the bars, and Santos takes that lead away. So across the line in lap 1, it's going to be Santos, Honeywell, Chapman, Turley, and Roots. So Roots in this one needs to finish top 5, and he's in that 5 spot right now. 5-lap semi-race. And Zoe Cross behind him just jumps off the track. He's on a 350 this week, even though it's a Yamaha skin. That's a 350 engine.
He's on his big bore 250F.
Yeah. Brock Pappy, Robert Wilson, Tyler Lewis. Oh, Wilson over the bars, and did Lewis ride that out? No. Hits the deck. So top 5 are getting away here quickly, and the locomotive is back here working his way through the rhythm section. Working that train.
Zoe Cross just put Brock Pappy on the ground and then died at the end of the rhythm section.
So right now it's Honeywell, Chapman, Turley, and Root. So we've lost Santos. He's back to 5th. And Kyle Robb's working right up onto the back of him now. So Robb working his way into this group.
Ooh, Turley with the 441. Going for the big boy lines.
He's trying to hold off Hunter Root here. It's looking smooth too.
Yeah, he's looking smooth doing those big lines.
He's applying pressure to Rush. Chapman now actually got away from Root.
This is actually going to be a good lap for Turley if he can hold it together.
Inside, gets Chapman. Chapman trying to fight back underneath.
Wow, nice lap.
Turley on the move right now. Oh, Chapman almost gets into the back of him. And Turley is literally walking away from Hunter Root right now. This is a great looking ride for Turley right now. Not close enough to Honeywell to do anything about it yet, but he might get closer here with the quad. Then decides just to triple, double. Still looks pretty fast.
He needs to saddle up and bust the 5
Woo!
out.
Oh, that looks like maybe Brock Hardy on the deck there. Is that Riesenberg maybe?
46.3 up front for your leader, Dade Honeywell.
Turley getting a little out of shape. Still has Chapman knocking on his door as Honeywell just scoots away. Looks like Root at this moment is going to have to settle for 4th, which is not the best gate pick. That would leave him essentially 8th. So 15th or 16th gate pick.
Yeah, just about.
Oh, but he's going to get by Honeywell, who is down at the end of the rhythm, so that puts Turley out front. And Chapman just tossed it, tripled in off the wall. He's trying to go after Turley for this win. Turley looking smooth.
Chapman is having a near-death experience right now.
The locomotive by your screen at the bottom there. And Turley through the whoops cleanly. He's going to take this semi-win. Good job for Turley. Chapman across the line in 2nd. Root will get a 3rd. So 13th or 14th gate pick. Then Honeywell back to 4th. And Andre Santos, final transfer spot in 5th. Looks like Newt, Kyle Robb going to the LCQ with Zoe Cross, Tyler Lewis, the locomotive, Reed Young, Robert Wilson, Drew Swenson, Brock Hardy, Brock Pappy. And that was all the runners in this semi.
I wonder where Hunter and Tyson go when they immediately disconnect after a race. Hunter just finished the race and disconnected immediately. And then they don't come back until right before their next race.
Well, any guesses, Byron? Any speculations?
I have no idea. Fulcrum server, perhaps?
Go get some training in before the main event? Get their lap styled? I mean...
I don't know. I would consider that more of an Alexis Leclerc move.
Yeah, definitely, but... You know, they're fighting for a championship. They may have just gone to separate servers in general.
Yeah.
So,
Tyson and Hunter each got their own Flowtex server.
Yeah. This championship, serious business
20s.
for those guys. Who do I want to look at? Well, Carlin might be in a good spot here. Who are we waiting on here? Looks like the 313 of Bryce Whelan is still loading in.
Oh, he's having acknowledgement issues because he's still at 59 seconds.
All right,
Oh,
there we go. Carlin is in a pretty good spot. Looks like we got Sanders, Crane, Roberts, Carlin, LaRoche, Zaworski, Ryan, Mullins, Holm, Hoffman, Berg, Wheeler, and Ollert in this one as we are underway in 450 Semi 2, and it's a good start.
He has returned. Hunter Root is back in the server, folks.
Brandon
TMZ
Berg.
News on the scene.
We haven't seen Brandon Berg damn near all year, I feel like. Where has he been? He's back this week.
I have no idea.
So Berg with the whole shot over the man we spoke about earlier in the program, Jesse Mullins, your defending 450 outdoor national champion. He's looking forward to a couple weeks from now when we get things started off in Hangtown. That race will be on the 19th of May, I believe, as long as Race Factory sticks with the Thursday program. That'll be 19th of May, Hangtown. You can watch all the action right here. Same time, same place on Stereo Systems TV. So it's Berg over Mullins, and then Carlin on the two-stroke sits third. Adam Holm in fourth, and Roberts in fifth. Hamburger Hoffman back here in sixth with the Colonel. Right behind him, Devin Ryan. Casey Ohlert. Nathan Zaworski on the two-smoke with Michael Wheeler. And Jacob LaRoche, Tyler Crane. Bryce Whelan never made it off the line. Mullins into the lead at the end of lap 2. People are saying Brandon Berg has been racing the amateur open class, but that's not true because I raced like 4 rounds of the open class and Berg was never there. Brian Berg, who might be his brother, was there. Brandon wasn't. So maybe he's been racing some of them, but definitely not all of them. As we just mentioned, Ivan Medina has pretty much wrapped up that title, and he only scored 160 points. Just to give you an idea, that's a 17-round series. He scored 160. Right now, the championship leaders are on 286 in the 450 class. So, well, people saying he won the last 2 weeks. That's great. That doesn't mean he's been racing the open class all year.
Drunk Kellen is getting argumentative tonight.
I'm just saying, I raced 4 of the open class races, and he wasn't there for any of them. So, you can tell me.
I think Glendale, and I feel like he might have been there. I don't remember.
No, I think he
I know
raced.
I did like a lap of the main, decided I was over it.
I think Berg raced the actual Glendale.
Oh,
like the.
Well, I'll be damned.
Yeah. No, I will not calm thy tits. I have been drinking. You cannot expect them tits to be cold this evening. Mullins takes the white flag here. We got 4 of 5 laps in the books. Berg, Carlin, Holm, and Roberts still the transfer spot. Pretty boring race, but Devin Ryan's trying to close things up.
Yeah. Mullins is off the bike in the lead right now.
So Mullins is going to go behind Carlin and Berg after that fall that Byron just mentioned. So Berg comes back to professional Race Factory Gaming racing and gets a semi-win, it looks like, here, as he's going to take the win here in 450 semi. What is this, 2?
Semi 2. Race Carlin going for it.
Whoa, Mullins! He gets him, though, going over the line. That was a good battle.
Oh, yeah.
Holm did everything he could to mess that up in the last corner, but he's going through, as is Jack Roberts. Devin Ryan just misses out. The Colonel, August Sanders, not going through either. Travis Hoffman, Casey Ohlert, Michael Wheeler, Tyler Crane, Nathan Zaworski, Jacob LaRoche, Bryce Whelan, and myself in warm-up mode.
On the gate in warm-up. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Riding the track in warm-up right now is not going too well for me.
Shout out to Moto
Jack
Gogo,
Roberts.
who's in chat, by the way.
Jack Roberts lost the transfer on cuts.
Oh, Jack Roberts, you cutter. If only you could stay straight at Phoenix, too, I may have made the main.
Oh.
Hashtag, ha, got him.
Got him! Yeah, got him! It is 41 minutes after the hour right now, and we are starting LCQs. I like it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Excavate Gaming 54 in chat there, Mr. Mungbean. I don't think Leclerc is going to be racing outdoors this year because we haven't seen him
Thank God.
in a while. I mean, he didn't race much of outdoors last year.
I am racing outdoors.
250 LCQ time. It's Checker's favorite night, or favorite time of the night, but he's not here. So it's going to be
Berg
our
pulls
favorite.
another hole shot.
But he's got
And
Fred
proceeds to
Heather.
endo his brains out.
Fred Heather's now going to have a fatty lead after getting collected with Berg there, and he proceeds to toss it off the wall.
Quentin Deese is on the ground. I noticed he was off the bike in the first section.
So that's not good for your championship contender, Deese, who entered the night only 12 points back in the championship. Josh Betts, who looks like he's new to that versus PC Racing team, is up there as well. But Deese back in, he was 13th.
Deese just ran Chase McDonald all the way up to the bales in the berm before the finish line after getting a little sketchy in the whoops, and he slides out all on his own.
So it's Heather, Usyk, Betts, Rose, and then Gasparian outside looking in. It's only top 4 out of this 4-lap LCQ. Ooh. And here is Deese. Back in 11th. Colton Mitchell also not looking too strong right now either. He was a championship contender earlier on, but he has just had no luck as of late. So Deese may just be eliminating himself from this championship tonight by not making it out of this LCQ. There's a train of riders, yeah.
Well, yeah, I was going to say one rider down. It looked like there was going to be more collected in that whoop section. But it was just the one going down by himself. I believe that was the 57 of Jack Fowler.
Oh, and then I thought Deese was going to go down, and he gets up. He cut a couple timing gates there. I wonder if he missed. I think he's going to be okay. He's battling it out with Schuler, and that is for 11th. So Deese has got a long ways to go back up front.
Oh! Schuler's internet, that's the second time that's happened tonight. It's made somebody almost loop out off the wall.
Back up front, it is Usyk leading the way on the white flag lap, followed by Fred Heather, then Josh Betts and Jake Rose. Mora outside looking in, as is Gasparian and Saulnier, and then Blakely over the bars after the whoops. Blakely is another one of the title contenders, so these two title contenders having sexual relations in the last corner. They are not headed to the main event at this point.
Mora wants a shot at this 4th place spot right now.
Jake Rose has got to be tightening the old sphincter here. Josh Betts just double through there, as did Rose. Meanwhile, Usyk with the win. Heather second. Betts going to get through the whoops clean. Yep, he's good. And Rose also good. And your top 4 are in, barring cuts. Mora outside looking in. Gasparian is rage quit or something of that nature, where his game has either crashed or something. People seem to think I'm throwing them under the bus when I just say that they've rage quit now. Mitchell jumps back on the track and beats Schuler to the line.
Rage quit.
And
Bronson Gasparian did disconnect, so I believe that was in fact a rage quit.
Chase Blakely, Quentin Deese also done. No Deese in the main event. And just to remind everybody, we'll go ahead and pull up those 250 standings now. Deese only sat 12 points back, and Blakely only sat 16 points back in the championship. So those two guys pretty much going to eliminate themselves from championship contention now, going into Las Vegas, which is unfortunate that the title doesn't stay a little bit closer with all those guys. But Deese and Blakely done for the night.
That is a disaster, if I do say so myself.
I got him.
Ay, ay, ay.
Usyk seems happy, though. He's throwing it over the finish line. Cuts are in, and the top 4 stays the same. Rose, Betts, Heather, and Usyk to the main out of the 250 last chance qualifier. Next up, 450 LCQ. Here in East Rutherford. Who's going to make it to the main event to complete our 22-man field?
Will Jack Roberts make the main event?
As long as he stays straight on the jumps, I think he'll do okay. I'm
gonna watch the locomotive off the starting gate, because that's To be honest, that's pretty funny to watch.
Well, let's see. Who else could get a whole shot here? Sanders, maybe. The locomotive. Kyle Robb, maybe. Take a look at Kyle Robb. He's probably got a decent gate pick for this LCQ.
Bryce Wheelan with the potato internet.
And I don't see the locomotive.
Peter is back on a 450 motorcycle.
Oh, Kyle Robb right next to the box. I've got him on my screen. Time to go racing. 450 LCQ at East Rutherford.
Oh, Casey Ohlert timed the gate quite well.
Oh, and then someone just beelined off the track. I'm not sure who that was. I'm trying to find out. That may have been Wheelan. No, it looks like it was Drew Swenson because he's just coming back on. What is Drew Swenson doing? That was a very, very immature move. And it ruined Kyle Robb's start.
Disconnected.
Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate, man. When you get guys that do that in your races. Kyle Robb had a pretty good start. And honestly, Swenson had a pretty good start too, but he just went straight off the track. So, bad luck for Kyle Robb. He's done for the night after almost getting the whole shot and getting cleaned out by a wild idiot. And it's now LaRoche with the lead, Ohlert in second.
And Drew Swenson is already disconnected.
Brock Pappy in third and Crane in fourth. And Drew Swenson, as you said, disconnected. I mean, it looked like it was Drew Swenson because when I went back to him, and judging by the camera angles and how fast Swenson came back into the stadium, he was coming back from a long ways off the track. And
yeah.
Rob didn't get really punted. He just fell over and then slid outside of the stadium. And he was out there with another rider that I think did the same thing. But Swenson was still on two wheels, which leads me to believe it was him because he didn't fall in that situation. As Crane is down after the whoops. So he's going to lose that last transfer spot now to his teammate August Sanders. Pretty boring LCQ though. I thought it would have been interesting, but I think Swenson made this one a snooze fest because everybody got away so cleanly from all that chaos at the beginning.
Wow. Peter and Hoffman just went at each other for a couple corners, and Hoffman put Peter on the ground.
Don't think Peter's going to like that too much. White flag in the air, by the way. It looks like Locomotive, who was literally one whoop away from making the main event tonight in the heat race, not going to the main event. And he's all over the place, and he's down, sort of. So LaRoche on his way to winning this thing. Someone bringing up that we need checks in here. I apologize. Checker's not here tonight.
No sign of him.
It's a 450 LCQ though win for Jacob LaRoche of the Twist Motor Racing team. Casey Ohlert said he didn't really like the track because of the big lines, but he's going to the main event anyway, so he's going to have to suck it up and race it. August Sanders to the main as well. And Brock Pappy on the 26 going through. Oh, Hoffman went backwards across the track and almost caught him for the spot. And there's Wilson with the wild Nathan Zaworski on top of him. They are banging in the last corner, and around the outside goes Tyler Crane. And Wilson, young Wheeler-like Hardy Zaworski cross, Wheelan, Roberts, Lewis, Swenson, and Robb. So Robb gets kicked off of the turn one entry by Drew Swenson, who decided that going beeline straight into turn one was a good idea. It was actually a horrible idea, probably going to earn him a nice little suspension leading in into the outdoors. And top four are confirmed. It was LaRoche, Ohlert, Sanders, and Pappy going to the main event. That completes the 22-rider field that goes for 20 laps. And we'll see that in about 20 minutes. First up, 250 East class. Byron, what do you think? What are we going to see tonight?
Oh man, I don't know. It's hard to bet against Linz, but man, if he doesn't get that start, it's going to be anybody's ball game. I'm going to say Connor Linz starts between 5th and 7th and is in the lead by lap 5.
Okay, so Connor Linz getting called for the win. Tyler Schmidt ended up with a pretty good gate pick. This is the warm-up lap, by the way, for those of you watching, so don't freak out too much. I heard Tyler Schmidt talking earlier today about gate pick. Inside gate pick, kind of a tough one on this track because that first corner has a little like roller on the inside, like a, you know, right before the rhythm section. And if you catch it wrong, you just lose the front tire immediately in this game. So you want to pick a gate that's a little bit outside, but not too far outside, so you don't get shoved off the track like we saw Rob when Swenson went straight off the track. I don't know. This is going to be close. I mean, Schmidt enters the night with an 8-point lead. It's pretty much down to him or Linz for this championship after Deese and Blakely missed the main event tonight. I think we could see a first-time winner, though.
I think we could also. I think without Deese, without Deese and Blakely, it's gonna be all the spoilers are gone now. Well, you obviously have guys like Rogers, but
yep, well, we are about to find out. The 30 board is sideways. JLV is moonwalking off the track. It's time to go racing in the 250 main event from East Rutherford, and Schmidt jumped the gate, maybe a little overzealous. It looks like Linz did the same thing as it's chaos going into turn 1, and it's Daniel Mills who comes out with the whole shot, but he's down going through the first rhythm. That's going to be Usyk that jumps out to the lead straight out of the LCQ with his win, and he ends up with the early lead.
Tyler Schmidt is in front of Connor Linz right now.
Wow, so it's Usyk over Gebhardt, then Jackson, Heather, Medina, Tickle, Carlo, DeSalle, Betts, and then Schmidt, like you said. Oh, and then Betts down at the end of the rhythm. This is going to cause chaos. There's people jumping everywhere. Tanner Rogers just cut the track, almost passed a couple guys. And then here's Linz back here on the 31 over the bridge as the leaders work underneath of him.
Tyler Schmidt played his cards really well that first lap, comes across the line in 6th.
Wow. And Linz right now having chaos go on all around him. He's back in 13th. Came across the line in 15th, it looked like, though. By the way, Moto A Go-Go, I will gladly let you in for the 450 main event.
Yeah, definitely.
I apologize that I didn't get to you before that, but you literally messaged me as the gate was dropping, so we'll get you in.
Troy Jackson just getting up off the ground. Schmidt is going to pick up another position, put him in a 5th place.
Well, we mentioned first-time winners, and Usyk looked pretty good in the LCQ, and right now he is just running away with this thing out front over Gebhardt. And then Medina.
Usyk is actually riding really well right now, but I already see lappers at the end of the next straightaway for him.
Yeah, lappers seem to be pretty tough on this track. With the rhythms and such, people get offline, lappers in the way, doing different lines and stuff. It's like Usyk is going 3-3-2 in that rhythm off the Dragons. Gebhardt behind him, looking like he's doing a different rhythm maybe. Then Medina and Heather and Schmidt inside of the top 5. So we mentioned it earlier, if Schmidt leaves tonight with an 18 or more point lead over Linz, he will be your champion. I mean, that's a long shot.
You know, in saying that, he has to gain 18 or more points.
Right.
For those of you who are not following.
Yeah, so
he has
needs
8 points right now. He needs to get it to 26.
Exactly. So that's what I was meaning by that for sure. It's a long shot. It basically means...
Where is Connor Linz? 15th.
It would basically mean if Schmidt wins the main event tonight, that Linz would need to finish, I think, if I'm doing my math right, 13th or better to keep it that within that, or 12th or better. No, 13th gets you 8 points.
I believe, is 13th.
Well, 8 points is 13th. But that's what I'm saying is
Oh.
that he would need 8 points to keep it under 26. Because if he
Oh,
gets
yeah.
7, then it's out to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got you now.
Okay.
My brain is not functioning very well tonight, but, you know, things like that can happen.
So Schmidt, he's going to go to work on Fred Heather. This is for the number 4 spot. And they are not far off of Medina, who's in 3rd. And a little bit of a gap up to Gebhardt. And Usyk is walking away out front here.
Yeah, Usyk is actually, I'll say it again, he is riding really well right now.
Oh, and as we say that, big mistake, but a
Ooh.
really nice save. I thought for sure he was toast.
East Coast?
East Coast is toast.
Tyler Schmidt pulling up to the back of Fred Heather right now. And looking at it, those two are in the same TeamSpeak channel.
So Fred may be a little bit nicer, as you said, if they're in the same TeamSpeak channel. Slurring my words. Heather may just kind of let him go. Not much of a team
Lentz is
tactic
getting
thing,
desperate right now.
he's going to get a, well, should get another spot.
14th.
I've lost him. I don't know where I am. There we go, 14th, yeah. So as it sits right now, a win for Tyler Schmidt and Linz in this position, it's over.
Yep.
But he's trying to get around, looks like that's Josh Reed maybe, and the 92, that's Copeland. He's also got the 572 of Troy Jackson breathing down his neck as Linz dives to the inside and takes out Josh Reed. So Troy Jackson goes through. Here comes 228 number Phil trying to get by. Oh, and Phil Bull goes down and he takes Jake Rose with him.
We
so
have a change for the lead. A big change up front.
Gebhardt.
New top 5. Walter Gebhardt up front. Ivan Medina 2nd. Tyler Schmidt onto the podium in 3rd. Usyk in 4th. And Heather back to 5th.
Wow. This is going to be really interesting going to Vegas at this point, too. Because there's going to be a lot of pressure on Tyler Schmidt, I think. Regardless of how this turns out. Schmidt's had the points lead all year.
Oh, yeah.
So he doesn't want to lose it at Vegas. And if it's a combined shootout, which I believe it is, he's going to really have to ride his heart out, I think, if Lynn starts up front. Rogers down in the final corner. Cohenauer, DeSalle, Peavy, Way, Carlo, and then Linz.
Linz is starting to pick up his pace.
He's all over the back of Carlo now, and that is for 11th. So Linz is in a spot now where no matter what Schmidt does, he cannot clinch, and Linz with a beautiful inside move there. That was very nice. So question in chat is, are they going to do 2 coastal mains? I don't think so. So RF in the past has followed everything to a T that Real Life does. This year, Real Life is, I think, doing separate heat races and LCQs or whatever, but the main is combined. It's the East-West Shootout, and the main event, the East-West Shootout, that is, it counts for points for both championships in real life. So that's what we're talking about, is that if it comes down to it, some of these West guys could get in the way of this championship fight, which is still going on. The West Championship's over. It's been over for weeks now after Seabolt wrapped it up, I think in San Diego too.
Yep.
So...
oh my, Lance out riders down everywhere. Tyler Schmidt right onto the back of Walter Gebhardt there in 2nd. Medina to the lead as we come around to start lap 10 of this 250 main event.
Man, oh man, this is going to be very interesting. Usyk
Connor
is
Linz update, 10th place, going for 9th around Connor Peavy.
Oh, scrubbed it. I thought he got in the back of him. Peavy just lets him go, yeah. Perhaps
points
Peavy just
as
trying
they
to reset
run.
himself.
Tyler Schmidt in 3rd gets 20. Ooh, looks like Connor Lentz is going to get to 8th right
Yeah.
now.
Oh my goodness, that was, oh, and then PV gets into the side of him, so that's Linz up to 8th, which is 13 points, I think.
8th is 13, so that makes the points gap 15 going into the final round in Vegas.
Wow. Oh, Linz over the bars, and here comes
Carson Tickle just
DeSalle
stopped in front of Tyler Schmidt on the face of the finish line, and Schmidt lost a position.
Wow, what is Tickle doing?
So Gebhardt is back to the lead. Usyk is up to 2nd now.
And here's Betts right behind Schmidt, and there's Copeland, I think they're on the 92 as well.
Connor Lentz had a crash again, and he is back in 11th.
Yeah, he went over the bars in the rhythm section. We saw
Alex
that.
Carlo jumps into the back of Peavy off the triple. But looking up front again.
Man, we talked about first-time winners before this. Gebhardt, Usyk, and Medina all looking for their first career main event win. Schmidt looking to win this thing, maybe wrap up the title with a little luck his way tonight. But either way, if he wins it, he ties Linz on wins this season, which is also huge when it goes back to wins if they do tie on points in Vegas.
Schmidt is not out of the woods yet. He has Linz's teammate Tanner Rogers as the next position behind him, about 5 seconds back.
Yeah.
The 3 leaders are all together in the sense that they have no lapped riders between them at the moment. And now the next motorcycle that Schmidt can see is the number 84 of Ivan Medina.
So then that would make the top 4 all together. Schmidt just a little off the back of him, but he's still pushing hard here. And Rogers is in 5th, Heather 6th, Kohenauer 7th, DeSalle 8th, and Linz is now 9th. And there's a huge gap back to 10th, so he should be solid in 9th at this point. Schmidt might want to think about playing it smart here. He's going to gain points in the championship, which is already huge enough.
Oh, Medina just kind of hopped through the bales there.
Oh, he stands it up. Thought he was going to go through the bales again. He's jumping off track here. Oh, back on safely. He's got the 257 of Carlo right behind him.
Ooh, battle for the lead starting to heat up. Usyk is right to the back of the number 194 of Gebhardt.
Yep, and they have about a lap and a half to go. This is going to get good.
Schmidt is down.
Uh-oh.
Schmidt was down.
On the triple, he gets by, Fred Heather gets by him, so he's back to 6th.
Look who is 5 seconds behind
Oh my
Tyler
gosh,
Schmidt
could
right
Linz
now.
really get to Schmidt before the end here? So I was just saying, I thought maybe Schmidt should play it safe. Gain points is better than not. He's got Fred Heather right in front of him, and as we mentioned, they're in the same team speak right now.
Oh, Fred with the cross jump.
Meanwhile, this battle for the lead is raging out front. Gebhardt has Usyk all over the back of him with Medina lurking. This is coming down to the wire, folks. Who's going to win their first 250 main event? All 3 of these guys are looking for their first. And we've got a lap to go.
Just chomping at the bit right now, watching.
Jumps the wall. It's slow and he goes down.
His legs off.
Oh, Usyk is pushing so hard. Gebhardt, a little mistake. Usyk was trying to look to the inside. He jumps off the track and he's into the back of him. That's going to do it as long as Gebhardt gets to the whoops clean. He's going to bring it home. And Walter Gebhardt on the 194 has won his first main event of his career. Walter Gebhardt is your winner here in East Rutherford. Usyk.
Look at 6th place and 5th place.
Usyk with a 2nd. Rogers comes through and gets on the podium. And Schmidt through the whoops clean. He's going to just barely beat Linz to the line. So he's going to pick up 1 more point on Linz in the championship. Stretch it out to 13 going into Vegas. Or no, 9, sorry, I did my math wrong there. But a hell of a ride for Linz to get back to where he did.
Yeah, it was looking like disaster there for a little bit.
Oh, so unofficially it's going to be Gebhardt, Usyk, Rogers, Medina, Schmidt, Linz, DeSalle, Cohenauer, Heather, and Reed, your top 10. Connor Peavy, Charlie Way, Alex Carlo, Jake Rose, Daniel Mills, Dylan Copeland, Will Whiteley, Troy Jackson, Josh Betts, Carson Tickle, Phil Bull, Jason Soul. Should round it out. Let's see cuts. And Schmidt got
Tyler
fourth
Schmidt
on
to
cuts.
fourth.
Lynn's got fifth, though. But that's a 2-point gap, actually, there from fourth to fifth, so it actually helps Schmidt. So he's got the points lead out to 10 going into Vegas. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Ivan Medina.
I would never in my dreams have picked Walter Gebhardt to win that main event.
Top 10 stayed the same, except Medina losing 2 spots on cuts. Almost as if he jumped on the red cross flag. That's a good point. Not to be snide here, not to take his first win away from him. He's going to get a warning, though, is Gebhardt, because he's running incorrect name.
Yeah.
I know he's
still a hell of a ride, though.
Yeah, I was trying to be cute about it, but yeah, it was a great ride for Gebhardt for sure. Well-deserved first main event win. And now it's time for the 450s, which, if you can hardly believe it, is a more intense championship than the one that we were just witnessing right there. Tyson Fresquez a 6-point lead on his teammate Hunter Root. Matt Burkeen is 33 points back in this championship, and he needs to get that gap down to under 25 to stay alive for this championship going to Vegas. So your championship contenders tonight are right here on your screen. Number 21, Tyson Fresquez. Also right there, number 8, Matt Burkeen, Tagger Designs. And right here, sitting in turn 1, getting taken out, your defending Supercross champion, Hunter Root. So this championship could be very interesting. It could be Root's second, the first time to win back-to-back championships in Supercross since Tyson Fresquez did it in 2012 and 2013. Or Burkeen could sneak
don't
up.
rub it in. I couldn't back up a championship.
Burkeen could sneak up, win this title still. It would be his first, and he would be the 3rd consecutive rookie to win a Supercross championship. You did it, Byron, in 2014. Root last year. Burkeen perhaps this year. Or Fresquez can really assert himself as the greatest rider in sim history with another win, another championship, his 3rd Supercross championship perhaps on the line right here. And it is down to these last 2 rounds. Can Tyson Fresquez get it done? Can Root get it done? Can Burkeen get it done? 450 main event from East Rutherford is underway. And it's a good start for Burkeen. Burkeen is going to get the best start of the contenders, but you're right, it's August Sanders with the whole shot. And Burkeen and Fresquez down together, and that caused, oh my gosh, utter chaos. Root is in that mess too. He's going backwards. He's getting caught up with Ohlert, and Fresquez just getting going as Burkeen's going. So we'll have to sort that out at the end of lap 1, but right now it's the 73 of Rush Chapman who's leading the way over the 41 of Berg.
Jeremy Smith, last week's winner, up in 3rd.
Yep.
Does anybody want to win a championship this year?
I'll tell you what, Jeremy Smith is catching fire at the right time as Jesse Mullins is down after the finish line. So there goes Root and every single other person. I just saw Fresquez go by. Burkeen is back in the whoop still, so not good for Burkeen right now, as that was Craig Leak that just jumped onto the back of Brock Pappy, I think it was, and Fresquez able to scoot through. Trying to sort all this out as we'll go back up front and see it's still Chapman and Berg. Then Smith, last week's winner, in 4th. Root making a mistake here in 5th as Turley's trying to get around the outside of him, now cut underneath. Root in 4th, though. Man, how gnarly would this be, though, if this championship ends up tied going into the final round?
That would be insane.
As he gets around Berg, who was down after the whoop, so now he's got Smith right in front of him. He's up to 3rd. Fresquez is 9th. So right now, standings as they run, Root would actually take the lead by, I think, 4 points, if I'm doing my math correctly.
Yep, Fresquez up to 7th by now, and Fresquez can basically see everybody. Look at this, Spencer Turley putting heat on Hunter
I know,
Root.
Turley looking great tonight. And he's getting that line off the wall consistently too, which nobody else is, which is double and then triple on off. And now he quads in,
Turley.
almost jumped on the Root.
He is straight sending it right now. He doesn't care what number is on the back of the guy in front of him. He wants to pass him, damn it.
Yeah, no kidding. But Chapman looking good out front on the 73. And Smith and Root, I think, are reeling him in just a little bit, but not so much, as Smith goes for the quad into the rhythm, and it's going to bite him here as Root's going to get by in a second. Turley trying to follow through in a third. Right now, Fresquez looks like he's up to 6th as Root's gone up to 2nd. Now Smith trying to reapply the pressure. Remember, Smith was your winner last week, and he's going to get back by Root, maybe? No, Root able to save it.
Nope.
Root was all out of shape in that rhythm. Go on board with the 4 ride.
Your leaders are already getting into lappers.
Yeah. There's your defending champion right in front of the number 4 here of Jeremy Smith as they get around a lapper. And there's Honeywell, looks like right in front of them, as you can see Chapman just off in the distance. What great onboard action here from Jeremy Smith. Is he going to go for the quad? Nope. Root didn't go for it, so he didn't think it was a good idea to. And now Root almost got to the inside of Chapman, and they're going to go side by side on the wall. Now Smith is in the mix here. And Chapman, with a little better line, stays ahead of Root, but all 3 front runners on your screen right now. As Root looking to the inside, Chapman still holds on to it for now.
Your fastest rider on the track is sitting in 5th place, the number 21, Tyson Fresquez.
Oh boy. Root biding his time, Smith all over the back of him, and Chapman just trying to get a little bit of a gap to get some breathing room, but these guys are having none of it. Look at this 3-rider train off the front here. Nose to tail, literally.
Smith's gonna square up Root right here.
Yep, side by side up to the wall. Root goes for the double. And he gets a triple on, too. Is he going to try the inside of Chapman? Yes, it is for the lead, and it stands him up, and Smith is down. Smith gets going, though. He's still in 3rd, but he's a little ways back. So Chapman and Root now left to duel it.
Fresquez is around is around Haley. Fresquez up to 4th.
Wow.
Oh, Honeywell is down. Oh, Fresquez almost ran into him.
So there is Fresquez. You can see the gap on your screen is so close. He's almost onto the back of Smith already as Root's going to work on Chapman for the lead. We'll have to check in and see where Burkina is here in a bit, but this battle for the lead is ripe as Root goes for the double and triple again. Still not close enough to Chapman, though.
Matt Burkina is buried in the pack, just came across the finish line in 12th.
Oh, Burkina watching his championship hopes be dashed right now.
Yeah, looks like this is the nail in the coffin.
Oh, Chapman! He's down after the whoops. So now it's going to be Root, followed by Smith, and then Fresquez will be in 3rd now. So as it runs, Root will be just 1 point back in this championship with the win tonight, and Fresquez still on the podium. But Smith wants a piece of Hunter Root now. Jeremy Smith has been a different rider since he's finally got that wrist completely healed. Jeremy Smith broke his wrist in real life training at Club MX. Getting ready for the Foxborough and East Rutherford Supercross. Broke his wrist on a Dragon's back. He's an IRL pro, but he's a badass in Sim too. 2-time 250 Supercross champion. So we mentioned earlier. No, 2-time.
Oh, 250 Supercross. Sorry, I thought you meant 250 Nationals.
No, 250 Nationals. He won in 13, like you said. Hasn't won a 450 title yet and won't win this year. He's out of the championship hunt, but he won last week, and he's still battling Root here for the lead. Fresquez is lurking in the distance. These guys are weaving through lap traffic like it's their job. And there goes Smith. He gets the quad. Closed up a little bit maybe, but then lost some time at the end. Now he's going to try to do this double line that Root's doing.
Yeah, he nailed it last lap.
Buddy joined your channel.
Root is pushing. I totally forgot to grab Moto Go-Go. Checkers, could you maybe do that for me? Or somebody?
I'll find him.
I got it.
So Checkers joining us in chat. Moto Go-Go also might join us in chat. He's got his mic muted right now. He's also got sound muted. If you guys could please unmute his mic.
I got it. He was muted up there as well.
All right, Moto Go-Go is in the building, folks. He needs talk power. I will give him talk power. Moto Go-Go, welcome to the live stream.
Now he has talk power, but he's still muted.
So Checkers, Chris Riesenberg joining us in chat right in the middle of an epic 450 main event as Root and Smith are actually starting to pull away from Fresquez. Root with a little mistake.
Yeah, Root kind of stepped out of line there.
Oh, Smith is looking feisty here.
Smith to the 45.
Did you see Root flat track that corner though? That was unreal. He was almost touching his elbow to the ground.
Another little thing Hunter Root took from the Tyson Fresquez bag of tricks. Oh, Andre Santos.
Yeah, and Root missed that
Does
rhythm.
not want to let Jeremy Smith lap him. There he goes.
Smith and Root both missed a rhythm. Fresquez is actually tightening this thing up a little bit now. Checkers, are you in the server?
No, because I don't even have the right track.
Oh, man. Well, I'm going to go ahead and read us off this Race Tech Top 10 rundown then, as we've got Hunter Root leading the way here on lap 12 of 20 in East Rutherford, the Team Volcom Ride defending Supercross champion. Jeremy Smith sits second, TBR's number 4, last week's main event winner in Boston. Then Fresquez sits third, your points leader, number 21 on that Team Volcom Ride, 2-time Supercross champion. Spencer Turley having the best ride of his career right now, sitting 4th, number 60, looking really sharp. Then Chapman, your early leader, he's gone back to 5th on the 73. Here's Jack Haley on the FamiMX Race Tech ride. He's running in 6th on the number 32. Then we got Chaos here for 7th, and it looks like Burkeen's going to get through into 7th. So Burkeen on
Hunter
the...
Root is down with Burkeen.
Oh, Taggart
Jerry
Designs
Smith
ride.
to the lead.
So Smith to the lead, and now Root and Fresquez are going at it. We'll get back to the Race Tech Top 10 rundown in just a moment, but this battle for second is on between the championship leaders. Fresquez looking to show his nose.
Wow.
I can't believe there wasn't contact. And it looks like Root's going to sneak away just a little bit, but Smith is back out to the lead.
Jeremy Smith almost ran into a lapper who was down. Fresquez seems to have lost touch with Root momentarily.
They are gone from Turley. And then Burkeen is 7th, as we said. So here's Jesse Mullins in 8th. TBR ride, number 9. Brock Pappy in 9th for the Impact ride, number 26. And William St. Laurent on the Mad Cape team. These guys are getting lapped right now. He's in 10th. St. Laurent is on the Mad Cape team, the 724, and he's just got lapped by Tyson Fresquez. This is ridiculous. These guys are setting a stunning pace at the front. That's been your Race Tech Top 10 rundown. Racetech.com, people, check it out. Proud sponsor, presenting sponsor of the MotoOption Supercross Series, which you're watching right now here on Star Your Systems TV. And Jeremy Smith is looking for back-to-back wins.
Brock Pappy finally lets Tyson Fresquez go to put him a lap down. Tyson Fresquez has no bikes between himself and the number 1 of Hunter Root.
Jeremy Smith is about to lap his teammate Jesse Mullins here, and I wonder if Mullins lets him go, what Mullins will do with Root behind
Mullins
him.
has been in front of Jeremy for about 2 laps now.
Yeah. Definitely not helping Jeremy, and Fresquez, like you said, losing touch with Root. These guys are gone.
18 seconds up on Turley. Wow. 46.0 for Fresquez, or for Root. 46.3 for Fresquez. Also 46.3 for Smith. Mullins lets Smith go.
And where are the points sitting at right now?
6 points between Fresquez and Root. Fresquez has the advantage, so as they run right now, it's down to just 4 points with Root in second and Fresquez in third. There'll be 4-point gap going to Vegas with Fresquez still holding the red plate. This is
Or
ridiculous.
maybe a 1 point gap if Root makes this move right here.
Yeah.
Or obviously there's a lot of ors with only 5 laps to go. But it's crunch time in this championship.
Or
Will it be Root plants a tree on the competition, or
Root rips to win in East Rutherford, or Smith smothers competition in New Jersey.
I like that one. Oh man.
Oh, Fresquez went for the quad in that lap. The other guys did
Oh,
not
oh,
do
oh,
it.
oh! He saved it, but it lost
Root's
a
off
lot
the
of
track
time.
as well, though.
Oh.
Pulls back in right. Mullins is kind of running right behind him.
Yeah. Well, that allowed Smith to get away a little bit. This battle's breaking up. Oh, I thought Root was going to go down there at the end of the rhythm. Shout out to the
That's
77 live followers right now. This is one of the highest watched races we've had since about San Diego 1, I would say.
What are you saying about Tyson?
I was gonna. Oh shit! I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I think Tyson
Highest?
has to be getting a little desperate at this point in the race, but
Yeah, we're on lap 17 of 20 now. So about 3.5 laps to go.
about it, every race this year we've had a 250 rider we've had 250 riders from the opposite coast. We aren't gonna have that in Las Vegas.
You're right.
Ooh, Smith messed up the rhythm route right to his back wheel.
I think, like you said, Byron, I think Turley and Chapman both are those guys that we won't see next week. Because they'll be
Yeah,
racing the
Turley is
coast.
250 West.
Especially with the versus PC East-West Shootout Award that's going to be announced.
You're right.
That's a huge prize just for one race.
So this could
Those
help
guys are gonna wanna
Fresquez.
ride it.
Fresquez at this
Is there-
point just wants Root to finish behind Smith, I think.
Hey, Chris, is there a prize to go out and win the race in Vegas?
For East-West Shootout, yes, but you're not 250 eligible, so
Damn it.
sorry, bro.
It's a versus PC Triple Crown, Byron. You haven't been following it. Daytona,
No,
Boston.
not the
and-
Triple Crown, the East-West Shootout, which has not even been announced yet. But let me tell you, they have some sweet prizes out.
No, I'm
just for that main event.
No.
Oh, Smith messed up the rhythm again. Sorry
talking
to cut
about-
you guys off there.
talking about for 450s, Chris.
Yeah, the Triple Crown is also coming down to it. Which didn't you race one of those rounds, Byron?
Nope.
Daytona
Didn't race
or
either of
last
them.
weekend?
Wow.
So Tyson Fresquez has sneakily run a 45.8 lap time and then backs it up with a 46.1 while the others are doing 47s.
Imagine Smith and Root getting together here with 2 laps to go. Fresquez is lurking, like you said.
Well, Tyson has been going for the quad still after they crossed the start. He doesn't do it this lap though, but he had been going for it. Perhaps that's where that fast lap time came from. He knows he wants as much cushion as possible going into Vegas. A little mistake from Smith. Root got that rhythm section dialed. Smith seems to be struggling with it right now.
My word, the pressure that Root is putting on
Root's
Smith
looking
is
inside.
immense. White flag in the air this time by. Can Jeremy Smith win it back-to-back weeks? Or will Root sneak through and bring this to a 1-point lead for the championship down to Vegas?
The
We're about
difference
to
is
find
here
out.
with this pass, Root makes it to where he controls his own destiny in Vegas. All he has to do is beat Fresquez. Without it,
Look
there's
at that
a
line
potential
from
he needs
Root.
someone in between.
Oh, he's off the track.
Root cut Bales.
He's going to get cuts from that, I'm sure. But he's still right on Smith as they both double the wall. Root's not going to get the line.
He's still diving inside though. This section's been hard for Smith the last couple laps. Looks like he's got it this time.
This is going to come down to
man.
the whoops in a final corner. Root flush
Root.
next to the inside.
Oh, look at the line that Root's got. Down the inside for the win. Versus Smith. They collect. They're both down. They're both down. Fresquez is getting it through the whoops.
Fresquez, is he going to win the main
He's going to
event?
win the main event. Tyson Fresquez understands. Tyson Fresquez wins the main event in East Rutherford. And Smith gets second, which is huge in the
And
championship.
Hunter Root to third.
Through his
The points
championship
gap goes
right
to
there.
11.
Are you kidding me? Oh,
That was a 10-point swing in the last turn of that race.
my gosh, that was ridiculous. Last corner. Tyson Fresquez
Wow.
won this thing in the last corner because those guys took each other out. Smith is probably not too thrilled with Root right now, but what can you do? Because Smith was trying to block the line, so he came across in the whoops, and they collected. Oh, my heart is pounding.
Wow.
It's Turley, by the way. Shout out to
in
Turley.
chat saying Smith just cost him $1,000.
Okay. Meanwhile,
Because
Spencer Turley just had the race of his life with a 4th, and Chapman got top 5. We can't leave those guys out, despite the top of the field was intense. But those guys rode great tonight.
We can forget about 6th place Matt Burkeen. We don't need to talk about him.
Well, he's out of the championship now. Officially, Matt Burkeen has been eliminated from this
4th
championship.
and 5th switched.
Oh, yeah, Turley goes back to 5th, Chapman up to 4th, but the top 3 stay the same. 11 points is what this title is going into Vegas. Which is insane because the 250 East Championship was 10 points. So this is going down to the wire, folks. My heart's still pounding. Like, this is... Oh, that was insane.
Wow.
That was an intense main event as Moto a Go-Go. He's gone. I think he probably had more fun watching than commentating because that was ridiculous.
did Moto even say a word?
For once, I agree with D. Davis. Hunter didn't do anything wrong, nor did Jeremy.
No, last
Was
corner.
racing and- I mean, I feel like Hunter probably potentially could have checked up a little bit, but it's in the whoop section. Kind of hard to do. And then dove in the corner. Maybe. But I don't know. I mean, he had the inside run, too, and I don't think he would have expected Smith. Smith did close the door hard.
Yeah.
Which I guess that's okay to do when you have the wheel on someone, but
Hey, it's the last lap.
if he would have moved over a little earlier, he would have been fine. Just Root had such a good run, he got further up alongside, which ended up putting him on the ground.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. Regardless, worst case scenario for Hunter Root, they both end up on the ground. Tyson goes by, and then he still gets beat by Smith as well. Shenanigans, I tell you.
All right, points are already up. We're about to pull them up on your screen so you guys can watch them or take a look at them as we're going to head into Vegas with these exact point standings. We'll take a look at the 450 standings first, which are now right here on your screen. Tyson Fresquez, 11-point lead, a 311 versus 300. Matt Burkeen now officially eliminated from championship contention going into Vegas. He's locked up for 3rd in the championship, though, so Burkeen will get 3rd in his rookie campaign. Mahan and Shipley still could fight it out for 4th. Smith now moves up to 6th in the standings. Haley goes back to 7th. Honeywell, Heberlein, and now Kyle Robb up inside of the top 10. Now look at the 250 standings. And you see that Tyler Schmidt has a 10-point lead on Connor Lins going into the East-West Shootout next week at Las Vegas. Quentin Deese eliminated from championship contention, missed the main tonight, as did Chase Blakely, missed the main event, eliminated from championship contention. So, wow. That was one hell of a night of racing. Any thoughts, guys?
I'm just looking forward to Vegas because we have a huge night of racing planned. While the 250 West title's decided, we still have the 250 East up for grabs, the 450 class up for grabs, the Versus PC Triple Crown up for grabs, as well as the Versus PC East-West Shootout, which, I mean, that's a lot of prizes going away. And right now, Fresquez is in the driver's seat of both the Triple Crown and the 450 Championship. He has a 2-point lead in the Triple Crown over Dade Honeywell, and sitting 1 more point back is Burkeen and Shipley. Kyle Robb and Ryan Mahan are only 7 points out of that. So, I mean, that thing's wide open right now. Huge pressure night for Fresquez. He could be a rich man, at least in computer products and helmet from Tagger. All kinds of sweet stuff after the race. It's going to be awesome stuff.
Oh, yeah. I picked the wrong year to win, I'll say that much.
Oh, all right. Well, I think that'll do it for us tonight. Thank you guys, Checkers and Byron, for joining me here on the live stream. As always, it's going to be fun going into Vegas next week. I hope that you guys and everybody else will join us. It's going to be an awesome night of racing. Like we said, we got the Versus PC East-West Shootout. The Versus PC Triple Crown is wrapping up. The 450 Championship will be decided then. The 250 East Championship still up for grabs. 250 West in the books with Seabolt already, but he could still go out there and win that 250 East-West Shootout and throw a wrench in the plans for the 250 East guys. So it is going to be an intense night of racing next week, and we hope you guys will join us. Same time, same place, twitch.tv/Start Your Systems TV. 5:30 p.m. Pacific. We'll kick off with opening ceremonies, and 6 p.m. Pacific racing gets underway. It's going to be a good night. You guys going to be here?
Yeah. be here.
No, I'll be in Vegas.
Oh, very, very nice. Byron will be here, though. I'll be here. It's going to be a good time. We hope you guys will join us then. So I'm going to sign out. Thanks to all of our sponsors, of course. MotoOption Supercross Series presented by Race Tech Suspension. Head over to racefactorygaming.com and you can check out the info for the FamMX.com Amateur Supercross Series presented by Tagger Designs. That happens on Sunday nights. Also versus-bc.com. Two-wheeler graphics. Anybody else I'm forgetting, Chris?
Race Tech, MotoOption, Tagger Designs. Please log on, support our sponsors. They make this all happen. And yeah, man. Moto Gogo's in chat, so be sure to check out his St. Jude series coming up. All kinds of awesome stuff. I shouldn't even say coming up, it's already going on. Support a good cause there. Dude, this community kind of is awesome some days. So one more round of
Some days.
Supercross, and then hopefully we'll be going outdoor racing.
Yeah. All right, so definitely check out the racing on Sunday. Twitch.tv/MotoGogo's got the broadcast there. And that starts off at the same time this does on Sunday night, though. And until then, we'll see you guys for Vegas. Thank you guys for 10K subs on YouTube. Kellen Brauer, Checkers, Byron Downen, signing out. We'll catch you guys in Las Vegas.
Yeah.